Hey guys, it's Wednesday. We're halfway through week 2. Halfway. All right. So today's story problem is an airplane has 8 rows of seats. Each row has 7 seats. How many seats are there on the airplane? If only 50 of the seats had passengers, how many open seats are there? Ooh, I have 2 questions here today. So it's a multiple step problem. So I have to do more than one thing to find my answer. So we're going to start off with, first of all, we need to know how many seats there are on this plane. I have 8 rows. So I'm going to just draw myself lines for my rows. And I'm going to draw 8 of them. Okay? And that's how I organized it on my whiteboard here. And then each row has 7 seats. So I'm going to put a 7 in each of my rows. And remember, I said my lines are my rows, and the 7 is representing how many seats are in each row. So as I look at this, it looks like I can use repeated addition, which means that this is actually a multiplication problem. But I'm going to use the strategy of repeated addition to help me out today. So I'm going to add the first group together. And so you can see what I did. I just wrote 2 separate repeated addition sentences, but I do have my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I have 7 in each one. So I do have everything represented here in my work, and I could explain it all. So I know that 7 plus 7 is 14. I'm going to go through and do that on my equation, and I know that 14 plus 14 is 28. So because my 2 equations are exactly the same, I did the work down here. 14 plus 14 equals 28, and this equation up here is exactly the same. It's 4 of the rows with 7 in each row. So now I just need to add my 28 to 28. So now I'm going to say 28 plus 28 equals, I'm going to say 20 plus 20 equals 40. And then I'm going to say 8 plus 8 equals 16. I'm going to take those 2 sums and bring them together to get my product. So 40 plus 16 is 56. Just so you can see how I did that next step. See that there? I broke down my 28 into 20s, and I broke it up into 8s, took those 2 sums, added them together. So now I know what 8 rows of 7 is. My most efficient equation today would have been 8 rows of 7 seats equals 56 seats. Would have been a multiplication problem of 8 times 7 equals 56. You might have done some of these strategies, you might have done all of these strategies, or you might have just known that 8 times 7 is 56, and you were able to do that more efficient strategy. So that answers my first question. There's 56 seats on the airplane. But then the second question today, so I probably need to keep this 56, says if only 50 of the seats had passengers, how many open seats are there? Well, if there's 56 seats, and if only 50 of them were full, to find out how many were left, I'm going to subtract. 56 subtract 50. So how do I know that I'm going to do 56 and 50? Well, 56 is my known amount of seats, and it's my whole amount. And I'm going to take the whole and subtract a part that I know to find the part that I don't know. So I know that there's 50 seats that are taken by people, and I want to know how many are left. So that's how I know that I can use a subtraction problem today. So 56 subtract 50, if you guessed it, it's 6. There's 6 open seats. So your answer to question 1 is there are 56 seats on the airplane. And your answer to question 2 is there are 6 open seats. on the airplane. All right, guys, don't forget, if you didn't get the same answer I did, go back, check your work, revise your work, and if you weren't sure, use the strategies I used and practice it yourself today. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.